chaos paralyzing New York and some New Jersey roadways as residents struggle to cope with gas shortages, darkened traffic signals, and streets choked with gridlock. Lisa Fleisher from our Greater New York section here at the Wall Street Journal has been all over New Jersey and New York reporting on the aftermath of Superstorm Sandy. You're right here beside me. Now, the governor was just speaking. It looks like some relief is going to be on the way for New Yorkers and people and hopefully people also in New Jersey. Let's just set the scene out there. What have you been seeing in terms of the length of lines and the length of waits for people?
Sure. I mean, for the last few days and early this morning, there's been lines of cars for over a mile in some places, blocks and blocks of cars. I've spoken with people who said that they waited for 4 hours and then the gas station ran out of gas. So they didn't even get any gas, and so they just went back on that line. Early this morning, people were lined up at 4:45 in the morning in Jersey City, just crawling around the streets. And there were police who are set up to just do crowd control and make sure that there aren't any fights. Because, you know, when you're waiting in lines this long, your nerves get a bit frayed. But like you said, you know, hopefully there is relief on the way. Governor Andrew Cuomo just a few minutes ago said that he expected the fuel shortages to ease quickly, and I really hope that that does happen. He said that that there were fuel tankers that were going to begin to make their way into New York Harbor. The harbor had been closed because of a storm debris and whatnot, and navigation was dangerous. So parts of that harbor are open. Ships carrying millions of gallons of gas are going to come back in, our Andrew Grossman reports. And
there were some damaged fuel terminals that it looks like the governor said are going to soon be reopened too, which should help as well. What about in terms of electricity? I mean, that must have caused some of the problems, particularly in New Jersey, where a lot of these gas stations just couldn't get the gas out.
Yeah, so there were a lot of different reasons why there were gas problems. A lot of the stations were actually out of power, so they couldn't even pump. I spoke with one independent gas station owner yesterday who said he was running a generator to, power his gas station, but he was like, this equipment doesn't like generator power because it was just, it wasn't as smooth as normal. So, I mean, besides the harbor being closed and some of the terminals being, closed or having long lines, the individual gas stations themselves, even if they did have gas, weren't able to pump it.
And a lot of times, as you were saying, people either would wait all this time, they get up there, the worst case scenario, the pumps would be closed or they'd run out of gas, or they get up there, they can only fill up sort of like a gallon or two of gas, right? Were they sort of rationing it as well?
So I don't know how many gallons exactly. I hadn't heard by the gallon, but I did hear some station owners saying, look, we were just rationing it to $50, $100, which is a lot of gas. Some
Except
people,
given gas prices, not that much gas if you have a big SUV.
Right. There were lines also of people coming around with gas cans just to fill up their generators because, it's not just cars. People were using generators to power their homes, to get heat, to get, to cook food, all the basics. They weren't having them on full time. I mean, people with generators know they need to turn them on and off when necessary.
Lisa, quickly, what about the price of gasoline? Have we seen that pretty stable throughout the region?
Yes, luckily gas is only $3.50 for a gallon.
Only $3.54.
I can't believe I say that still. Right. But no, gas prices that I've seen as I've been driving around up and down New Jersey coastline have pretty much remained stable. And part of that is because the refineries aren't in the Northeast. We don't see the same damage and the same price spikes that we see when there's hurricanes that come into the Gulf.
Right. All right. Well, as the governor said, hopefully some relief on the way and
so,
on the way
I would just really hope that people would stay home until the gas stations open and don't drive.
As much as they can. All right. Thank you so much for being with us.